Shut it down already. Get these teachers arrested, especially Rafa. Hey there, it's Kristen, and today we're talking about the Gossip Girl Reboot finale, Season 1, Episode 6. This is basically like a mid-season finale, so we've wrapped up 6 episodes, but a part 2 is coming soon. Consider subscribing if you guys like my videos, and drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this Gossip Girl Reboot. This episode to me feels a little bit like last week, where there's a lot of things going on, but also nothing really going on. So first off, let's start with Julian. She's turned over a new leaf. She wants to be a better person. She wants to care about things. Turn her platform into something that has meaning, that has a longevity when it comes to building a career. So she's focused on trying to find the right partnership, whether that's Sephora or Ulta or whatever. But ultimately kind of finds that none of these are really a great fit for her, and instead she gets caught up in Zoya and Obi drama, which sort of feels inevitable now that she's becoming a nicer person and is sort of taking on characteristics similar to both Zoya and Obi. And speaking of Obi, his mom comes to visit in this episode. Zoya ends up inviting herself to this big dinner with everyone and his family, and she is, speaking out about how she feels, and he's feeling really uncomfortable because he's not on that level yet to stand up to his mom. You just really see how he's a lot of talk but no action when it comes to the causes that he's behind, because he's afraid to kind of step on his parents' toes. And she's the one that originally gives him the advice to stand up, but it's Julian that he ends up listening to. And the two of them end up sharing a kiss as Zoya stalks off angrily. And I'm like, alright, well, now we've kind of just flip-flopped back. I think we did a full 360 when it came to this love triangle. Which really annoys me because I was hoping to see Julian and Zoya end in a really good place as sisters, and instead now we're kind of digging up new drama for them that feels kind of meaningless because it's over a guy. Like I've said before, I just want them to be a power duo of sisterhood, And I just feel like Obi keeps getting in the middle of the things. Throw Obi away, I don't care about him. With that Julian and Obi kiss though, we end in the middle of this big violent protest, which I think does, reflect our society right now and, the kind of, protests and things that are going on in the world. So the season does end on this big note, but at the same time I feel like it's missing the impact that it should have. Next up, let's get into Rafa and Max, which you guys know is my least favorite story to follow. And I think Max is finally understanding where we're all coming from, because Rafa is being a lunatic. He's texting him all the time and not getting answers. He's meeting up with his dad to make him jealous. His dad! He even makes it look like Max has an STD. And then Max tries to get his revenge by sending a literal video of him and Rafa doing it to Gossip Girl. But at this point, Rafa has infiltrated Gossip Girl. He's involved now in their little scheme, and he has the password to Gossip Girl, so he deletes the video, but the other teachers know. Honestly, we gotta take Rafa down. And I think just in general that the teachers have this inflated sense of self that they think Gossip Girl is doing good in the world. What kind of good is Gossip Girl really doing? It's just drama, and it's not even real drama. Half of it's fake drama. So I'm shut it down already. Get these teachers arrested, especially Rafa. This episode, Audrey is also kind of losing it over her mom being in the hospital. She's really, really not in a great place, but Aki and Max are there for her. She also accidentally outs Aki to his parents, which, was a mistake, but his dad basically uses him. He's in the middle of a lawsuit for his company that they think that he's homophobic, his company's homophobic, and he's like, well look, I have a gay son. He has not even talked about it with his son, doesn't know that he's not gay, he's bisexual, doesn't know anything, and just uses that information. And I feel like they didn't really tackle that in a great way, because I wanted to see Aki have a confrontation with him and be like, why did you do this? Why are you using me to make yourself look good for PR, It just made it seem like his dad doesn't care about him. But then at the very end, in the middle of Max and Audrey and Aki having a little throuple situation, we see Aki's dad call him and leave a message saying to stay away from Julian. And it's okay, why? I just wish they would have given a little bit more of a tease of what he's talking about with Julian. I just felt like by the time we ended this episode, it didn't feel like a real finale where you're excited to see what's gonna happen next. I was hoping to see something a little bit more explosive, something a little bit more exciting. I just feel like the drama here is either really low stakes, or it's just creepy, like the whole Rafa thing, and I would love to see more of the friends together. I feel like we don't even necessarily see that. Aren't they supposed to be a friend group? Monet Monet also wasn't in this episode, so like, is she just done now? If so, then it's like, was their friendship even really that strong? I thought they were all supposed to be friends from childhood, and it's like, oh, okay, you could just easily like dismiss somebody. She doesn't even show up in the finale, so like, will she be in the second half of this season? I was just expecting more. I think that Gossip Girl started off on a high with some big reveals in that first episode, and then over the course of this 6-episode season, I've just been feeling more and more disappointed with where the story's going. You know, there's only so much that like cool locations and beautiful clothes can do when the story is just like not really going anywhere. To me, what we've set up for the next half of the season is something's up with Julian. What is it? I don't know. What's with this big Obi kiss? Is Julian gonna get back with him, or are they gonna hide it and he's gonna stay with Zoya until it comes out? I just feel like they're bringing more Zoya and Julian drama when, to me, the strongest part is their sisterhood, and I would love to see that. And I do think that they have the chemistry to have like a very strong sisterhood. They're just not writing it in. We still don't know what's going on with Audrey's mom. I think there's also that idea of like this little Gossip Girl love triangle that's going on between Miss Keller, Zoya's dad, and that other teacher who seems like he's trying to control her through Gossip Girl, honestly. One thing that I do want to give this show major props for is the way that they handle social media. As someone who works in the social space, I feel like the things that they're saying feel accurate. You know, the idea that like, okay, they were gonna make Gossip Girl on Twitter and they're like, nobody cares about Twitter, you gotta make it on Instagram, like that makes sense to me. They've name dropped platforms like Clubhouse and TikTok, and I'm like, okay, this seems accurate to the times and not like they're trying to force an outdated version of like that social media lens in. And I have appreciated the way that they've tried to incorporate the original Gossip Girl into the show with references and cameos and nods to that iconic series. And I would just love to see them really like blow part 2 out of the water and do something exciting and dramatic and really give us some more interesting drama and storyline going on. What's missing for me right now is just them having a specific purpose that they're aiming towards. Right now, I don't know what is the goal. Is the goal that like Gossip Girl is gonna just control everyone? Because she's kind of doing that. Is Gossip Girl gonna be revealed? Is it gonna turn out that there's something else going on? I need like a bigger twist or turn to really keep me hooked. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your theories and what you think is gonna go down in part 2. Are you gonna watch it? If you guys like this one, you can check out more of my Gossip Girl reviews right over here, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!